Hello, I'm Fiona Curie from Style Liberation and founder of the Facebook group 35 Plus Where to Shop. At Style Liberation, we help women 35 plus to create a wardrobe full of outfits that they absolutely love without having to start from scratch. And we do this through our in-person and virtual consultations, our online program, The Style Transformation, as well as our membership, The Super Stylers. Now, this week's style snippet was actually prompted by a Show Us Your challenge in our 35 Plus Where to Shop Facebook group last weekend, where we asked people to share their Lani jacket. Now, the Marcs Lani felted wool jacket is a jacket that we recommend to so many clients because it is a complete winner, especially if you want a jacket that's really versatile and works really well with skirts and dresses. So some of the questions we were getting in the Facebook group were around which colors work for different color palettes. So that's what we're going to share with you today. Now, I just want to mention that a couple of the colors are sold out, but I noticed on their website, and I've indicated it on the following slides, and you can actually enter your email to let so that they can let you know when it's back in stock, because it might be that one of the colors isn't available right now. The other thing that I want to do is I want to share with you that we're using our new digital swatch. It's a digital swatch that you can access on your iPad or tablet or your phone at any time. So I'm using excerpts of our digital swatch to show you which colors work within which color palette as well. So I'll tell you a little bit more about our new digital swatch at the end as well, because it makes life so much easier, it's so much more convenient, and it gives you so many more options as well. So I'm just going to talk you through the first two colours, and then we'll just quickly run through the following colours, because there's loads of colours on offer at the moment. And the thing to know is the Lani jacket has been around for quite some time. It is an absolute hit. It's amazing for all colour palettes, body shapes and that type of thing. So just know that if there isn't the colour that speaks to you this season, they do update every autumn winter with new options. So if we take a look at our first option, which is the colour Cobalt. So what you can see when we look at colour, there's three factors that we're looking at. We're looking at the depth of the colour for you, the temperature of the colour, and also the intensity of the colour. So we can see straight away that this is quite a rich, intense colour. So automatically I thought, well, the swatches I need to go to are our clear or clearer colours. So you can see I've pulled out from the digital swatch some of the blues, and you can see how it works beautifully with that Cobalt. The important thing to know when you're using your physical swatch or your digital swatch is you're not trying to match exactly. You just want to see that it belongs and it plays friends. And that's why I don't just choose one or two colours, because there's thousands of colours that you can wear. So they can't put every single color in a swatch, and even if they did, it would be way too overwhelming to have to go through and try and match exactly. So you just want to see that it belongs. So you can see that this jacket, even though it has texture to it and it's felted and it's wool, the pigment in this color Cobalt is intense enough for it to work within your cool clear, dark cool, bright warm, and also for your warm clear too. The other thing I would just mention as well is you will need to see in person to do your final test, because sometimes we know photographs have been edited and things like that online. So you always do want to check in person just to make sure that it's going to be right. The next one I want to show you is a warm, but also something, and it was quite obvious that this one was going to work within warmer palettes, but the other thing I want to show you with this one, can you see how even though it's felted and it's wool and it's got texture, they've added even additional texture and softness and what we call mutedness to, actually I don't know whether mutedness is a word, but because you can see that marl coming through, that sort of fleck of a lighter sort of beige or creamy color coming through, whereas the previous one, it was quite intense. So with this one, you can see that it's got a lot more texture. So we know for color palettes straight away that we're wanting to look at something that's maybe more muted or what we call soft. The other thing I want to point out here is it actually fits within the soft, cool palette as well. It's probably edging on being a little bit too warm, but a soft, cool palette is quite neutral. So it does have a crossover between some warm and mostly cool, but with some warm in there as well. So this jacket is perfect for your soft, cool, warm muted, dark warm, and soft warm, and that is the Camel. It's out of stock at the moment. However, if you are in the warm muted family or a soft cool, this is definitely a great investment piece. It will mix and match with everything, so it might be worth putting your name on the wait list for that. So let's check out the others, and then I'll be back at the end to tell you more about how you can get your hands on our new digital swatch. So many beautiful colorways with the Marcs Lani. So there's definitely a shade that is going to be right for every color palette out there. So it's just taking a look and seeing what's going to be the most versatile for you. The teal is a universal color, which means it works for absolutely everybody. Out of stock at the moment, again, because it's a universal color and brilliant across color palettes. So again, might be worth signing up to be notified when it's back in stock. But as promised, I want to let you know a little bit about our digital swatch. It is a game changer. And the reason being is, I don't know about you, but I always have my phone with me. So it's very much about never forgetting or losing your swatch again. Like, you don't want to turn up to the shops on this shopping trip or, you know, looking at things online and not having your swatch available. The other bonus is that instead of the 60 colors that are in your physical swatch, there's 150 plus colors that you can look at. And what the beauty of it is you can look at it as a whole, as what we've done as part of this exercise, or you can look at a color individually, but also you can try on a color without actually getting changed. We actually upload your photo, you send us a photo, we upload it into the swatch so that you can test different colors against your hair, skin, and eyes within your color swatch, because there'll be some that are more like signature colors for you that you can wear head to toe that are amazing, and other ones that are probably used more for layering and things like that. And then the other thing is very much about the ability to create really interesting color combinations. So we've got this coordinate function as part of the digital app as well. So you can go through with other colors, scroll through with other colors that are part of your color palette and see which ones mix and match. So you've already got a head start in terms of when you're trying different pieces in the shops or when you're playing in your wardrobe and coming up with color combinations that perhaps you haven't thought of before. And as a bonus, there's also universal colors that work for absolutely everybody within the digital color swatch. Plus, it's got a whole section on makeup suggestions as well, because I know once we go through this color process that sometimes it's like, okay, well, where do I head to now with makeup? What lipstick should I be wearing? What eyeliner, you know, what eyeshadows should I be opting for as well? So it gives you a little bit of guidance there in terms of the colors that are going to work for you. So to upgrade to your digital swatch, it's $79, and you can just head over to bit.ly/digital swatch upgrade to grab yours. So please allow about 3 to 5 working days for us to get that through to you. We send you an email, you'll answer a couple of questions for us. If you've already had your colors done, that's the important thing to know. You need to know your color palette. And if you don't need to know your color palette and it is something that you want to do, please just pop a comment in and we'll let you know how we can help you with that too. So have a look at the Lani. It is an absolute winner. It works so, so beautifully. And it's one of those pieces that you may have seen in our 35 plus Facebook group, where when you start with one, maybe 2 or 3 end up in your wardrobe as well. Take care, and looking forward to chatting to you next week. Bye.